The chance to become the inaugural World Super Sprint champion was the massive incentive for the 30 men who lined up in Hamburg, having all fought their way through the heats a day earlier. The first of 3 races would see the last 10 over the line eliminated, so the key was to expend the minimum amount of effort in making the top 20. Matt Hauser, winner of the last event in Montreal, was first out and looking supremely confident. The Aussie away with the likes of Vasco Vilaça and Reed early on, but soon a large pack came together, as they had in the heats the previous day. Yi and Wilde were in the thick of this group. 18 of them, in fact, came off the bike together. A little bit congested on the run. Some of them had to go up the curb. The big casualties here. Jelle Gaines, that's a massive surprise that he did not qualify. Henry Schoeman, another casualty, along with the American Matt McElroy. Roberto Sanchez did qualify because Torn was disqualified. So on to the second race of the day. 20 of them left, only 10 would survive this one. And yet again, Hauser was front and centre in the water. Lehman keeping in company this time. Hidalgo not far away either, along with Vilaça. But much like the first race, it was a largish group on the bike in the end. No one could really get away. And it was all going to be fought out over the 1.75 kilometre run. That was after surviving T2. Alex E had a few congestion problems with Tim Helvig. Question was, who would maintain enough energy to make sure they stayed in the top 10? Most of the big names was the answer. Unfortunately for the home crowd, there was no Lassaleurs in the last 10. Valentin Wirtz of Germany also didn't make it, along with Martin van Riel and Taylor Reid of New Zealand. So, to the final. The world title on the line for the Super Sprint. Hauser not quite as dominant in this race as he had been in the previous 2. Tim Helvig was right up there. The home crowd enjoyed that, along with Lehman of Hungary. A little bit slow behind was Christian Blumenfeld, the Olympic champion. Bit of time to make up on the bike for the Norwegian, but as so often, he made it look ridiculously easy, as indeed did Wilde and Yi. Blumenfeld rode up the chase pack, tried to make a couple of breakaways on his own late on the 7.5k bike, couldn't do it, and so once again, a large group coming off the bike, but a brilliant transition from Wilde saw him get the jump on all his opponents. And he was able to hold the initiative up to the line to come home and score his 4th win at this level and the World Super Sprint Championship. Vilaça brilliantly managing to hold off Yi for silver. The Brit had to be content with taking bronze. Blumenfeld getting closer to the podium. Matt Hauser in 5th.
Had to do some work from the first round. The legs actually weren't feeling too good, but on the first round, and I somehow regrouped, recovered really well for the second round. I was a bit more relaxed, as you saw. I was in that second chase group on the first round, which is never ideal. Used too many matches before the second and first round, but yeah, I saw before the race, if I got into the final, my tactic was to, if the pace was hot, which Christian was making it real hot at the end, is to swing around, get around that corner sprint, try and get 1 or 2 seconds into transition, hopefully have a really good T2 and just don't look back and go.
So Yi collects his 3rd medal of the season, a bronze to go with his 2 gold medals. Vilaça's silver means he stays as the leader of the series overall, but the star of the show, undoubtedly, Hayden Wilde, with a brilliant victory, the first time he'd ever beaten Yi in a race where they'd both finished.